Conversations with them two. Voice of the people, the crew for you. Culture, creativity, knowledge, hope, opportunity, bring the light of minds. We shine, we break on through. Conversations with them too. Culture, creativity, knowledge, hope, opportunity. Your voice matters, your gift shine through. Conversations with them too. Yeah. You are the stage. Shine.
Hey, everybody. Welcome back, family, to Conversations with Them Too. Well, me one tonight. Shenanigan Crew, I'm your girl, Lady Des. MJ is out. He had an emergency and he had to take care of something very, very important. But hey, we still go on. The show still goes on, and I bid him well, and I pray that everything goes well in his stead. So listen, everybody, I am so super excited about tonight on Conversations with Them Too. As you all already know, this is a show where we have real talk, laughs, and yes, a little shenanigans, right? So, but tonight, I wanted to come on to share something very extra special. We got a powerhouse guest in the studio with us. Well, should I say, on the live with us tonight. She is a visionary, a creative, a leader shaping the future of our youth. Please welcome my friend, my girl, Miss Charity Harden. She is the founder and president of Created in Love Studios Foundation. Hi, Charity. How are you?
Hello. Thank you for having me. Hello.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Thank you so much for being on Conversations with Them Too. I think it's your very first time on this platform. So we just say welcome, welcome, welcome to you. And congratulations on everything that you are doing. You are really making an impact in our community, especially with our youth. So we commend you on that. So before we get into the conversation, I want you to let everybody know who you are and what you do.
First of all, thank you, Lady Des and MJ for having me. I'm very nervous as well as I'm excited.
Oh, relax.
Like she mentioned, my name is Charity Harden. I am the president and founder of Creating Love Studios Foundation. We are a organization who teaches kids how to do film, photography, videography, music production, graphic design. Also, the most important is owning their own business right after they finish the program.
Awesome. So you're training them in such a demanding area right now, media production. Now the world is turning to digital with AI. So it's a whole lot of things that are coming out of digital and production. And a lot of times we're seeing a lot of our youth that are really finding interest. They're always on their phone. They're taking pictures. They're doing video. And I like how you're just taking that and transforming it into an actual business, teaching them entrepreneurship. Now, you are a educator by profession. So this comes
Yes. First of all, I graduated at FIU in digital media, and I've learned how to do film and photography. And also from my side job, I was a teacher assistant, so I had a mixture of teaching the kids as well as now my own personal videography and photography. So I began to put those two together, and I realized at first I used to say, yeah, it all started at FIU, but I realized it all started when I was young, when I was like 11 or 12, because I used to always work with the youth when it's some kind of creativity. I used to always do stage plays. I used to always do music. So it seems like no matter where I am in life, it's always that youth always get stuck to me, and I'm always doing something creative.
And let's not forget, you're a church baby. You're
Yes, yes, I'm a pastor's kid. Most
so
people say preacher. No, I'm a pastor's kid.
yes, yes. So all of that goes together because I've seen you work so diligently as well in ministry. So I think that's our first teacher, our first start at everything, right?
Yes.
Is just working in our local church. So listen, I'm excited to dive into this conversation. So if you are listening, and you have a youth ministry, or you're a teacher, you're a principal, you're some type of administrator, you work at the Boys and Girls Club, the YMCA, and you would like this program for your children, I want you to tune in or call somebody that can actually benefit from this, because let me tell you how digital is going on, especially in our churches today, Charity, where we're live streaming and we can actually put our youth to work. So if you're looking for a place to tag your youth, even in ministry, this will be good. Contact Created in Love Studios Foundation, because they're willing to teach our children how to be innovative and creative, and just take your media ministry to the next level.
And to add to that, I noticed that even in churches, a lot of churches, they come to me and they ask, hey, do you have like an intern that can come, because they may not have the budget to pay us. And that's something to where not only we're training them for the future, but we also training them for the now, to where we're teaching them how to use the camera, teaching them how to film, so they can go into these churches and also be effective and make a little money. It may not be as much as, like an actual profession, but at the same time, it's teaching them how to enter into the workforce as creative.
Absolutely. So now, Charity, you turned your passion for digital media into a mission. Film, for photography, music production, design, entrepreneurship. You're equipping young people with all of this. Tell us what sparked this vision for Created in Love Studios Foundation.
Like I mentioned before, I realized that I always had the passion for music. I always had the passion for creative arts. And when I actually entered into FIU and I started video editing, I said, wow, this is something I'm passionate about. And then I turned it into an actual business. And I went from a business to, one day I was at school, working at a, regular elementary. And I was like, man, it's like I'm not satisfied, even though I'm working with kids, but I don't think this is it. When you're working at a school, you're working on the academics. I was like, I'm
Right.
not even good at academics. It's like, but I'm good at being creative, right? So I realized, I was like, you know what, I'm missing something. So I began to come up with this idea, to where I'm gonna take the youth and I'm gonna teach them something that I'm passionate about, which is photography, videography, graphic design, as well as music production. So I want to turn that passion into a program, to a mission, to where they're not just filming, but they're also starting a business, which is that's what my hardcore is. Like, for them to you see 11, 12-year olds come from not knowing how to use the camera to all of a sudden they have their own business and making money. It's like, man, I wish I had this kind of program growing up, because I would have been advanced, in film and photography.
Right, right. And you know what? We wish we had a lot of things, but the fact that you're doing it right now, and you're really making an impact, let me tell you, you have impacted so many children. And I was taking a look at a lot of the video feedback that you sent me, of testimonials and feedback of how your program have affected so many of the youth and the ministry. I wish I could show it. It wouldn't even let me load it because it was so big, but I will definitely tag the link so everyone can view it. that are watching this live or going to watch the replay. So let me ask you, a lot of people talk about, helping youth, but you actually built a platform to train them in real skills, right?
Yes.
What do you think makes your approach so different than any other programs that are out there?
A lot of times I do see other programs, they have like the photography and videography, but they don't have a mixture of music production and graphic design. Not just that, but I also I just started for my business. I just started an internship, a paid internship program to where after they finish the program at a certain age bracket, they'll be able to come to my business, which we do the same thing. So my business and the nonprofit kind of like doing the same thing. Only different is we're mentoring for the nonprofit. So now they able to come to my business and actually get paid, being hands-on trained, real life skills, showing real life situations. And so those same people who actually teach, they also work along with me, partner with me in teaching the kids on the real life situations. So I think
Beautiful.
that's what makes my program different. It's like a combination after the program, and then there's a paid internship.
Yes. You open that door for them,
Yes.
once they get the education of or the foundation of film
Film
and
production.
production.
Yes.
Awesome. And if I could testify because I've seen you firsthand. I mean, we have worked together for many years, Charity, and I've seen you grow and bloom as you evolved in this industry and in your profession, and also gave me and my daughter an opportunity to work
Yes.
with creative. You remember?
I know
We
I
were
do.
all
Yes.
in the, listen, we were all in the studio, and while you all were taking the pictures, I was doing the posing. You
Yeah.
were training my daughter. So you listen. I don't forget any of that, and I don't take that lightly because everything is an opportunity. I believe every experience is an opportunity, um,
Yes.
no matter how big or small it is. And it's a stepping stone to somewhere. So I thank you for that, Charity.
No problem. To God be the glory.
And the fact that you're still even more passionate than what you were before about it, and how you're just reaching generations. My daughter's 30 now.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
and I
Wow.
had to realize it has been a long time,
Hmm.
a long time. So listen, I love that you are just pouring into our young people. You're just not teaching them skills, but you're teaching them confidence and leadership. How important is that for you to see themselves as creatives and leaders early on, not just waiting till they get older, but early on in life? How important is that?
It's important. It's very important because when I think about when you begin to sow a seed in a young child's life at an early age, that seed turn into something big. For a child to think like, oh, I can own my own business. Oh, I am a leader, or I am creative. It will, as they get older, that seed will grow into something bigger than they ever thought. For a
Absolutely.
child to think of a leadership, and they're not followers, but they're leaders. So owning own business and being creative, a creative person it takes a lot of courage. It takes a great leadership, skills. So that's something that I want to start and start planning to them now, that they can do all things through Christ, which strengthen them.
Awesome. Awesome. And we know entrepreneurship is tough, Charity. I
Oh,
know it
Jesus.
firsthand. Listen, you know it firsthand. You even left your job and said, I want to pursue my passion, and this is where I belong. And you have to get up every day and make that happen. So it's tough for us as adults. How do you prepare these young creatives, not only to dream big, but also to handle the business side, contracts, branding, even just believing in themselves?
Like during the program, like I mentioned before, not only we teaching them the skills, but we also teaching them how to start their own business, what to name it, what kind of logo they will want, with the contracts, or teaching them professionalism, being on time, It's nothing like having a creative person and they're always late, or they're not uniform. So those are some of the things that I spark in our kids to just walk in a spirit of excellency. And it's not just having good footage, but also having a great leadership or a great background as in professionalism. So that's what we're training our kids now.
That's beautiful. And I think early on is the best time to plant those seeds in them. Life really hasn't hit them like as us adults. And they have a bigger mind to really dream big if they have the right people in their ear and surrounding themselves with the right people to really push them. I think that this day and age, the youth now are so hungry for just more. And like you said, I wish I had that confidence and that tenacity at a very early age, because I think also I would have been, far further than what I am now. But hey, I learned it at a later age in life. So hey, we're working it, and I'm grateful that you to see that in these children, to start planting the seed early, because in their minds, once an adult or someone can really push them and empower them that they can do it, they believe that.
Yes.
They really believe that. And they listen to every word. And speaking of dreaming big, Charity, what's one success story from Creating in Love Studios that still inspires you today?
Oh, like one of the success stories, like we have a student. He I think he was like one of the first students in what we started in 2021. And like I mentioned before, how what we the things that we teach them how to do is start their own name, the logo. So I remember him having his name, coming up with his name, Hot Shot Production. This was back in 2021. And he had the logo, and I was like, oh, okay, okay. So he had a plan for his business. And after he finished the program, he has a father, which his name is Pastor Austin, and he had and he his father had a church, so he was able to do film and photography there. And I can remember his father saying that he was able to make money during the summer. So when he did that, I realized his name was Hot Shot Production. I was like, wait a minute, that's the same name he started in our program. And now to this day, we're in 2025. I have a testimonial of him. To where his parents saying now he's doing film and photography at his school. Now he's doing it as a business. You just imagine him starting at the age of 11. Now it's still, I think he's in the 10th or ninth or 10th grade now. So that really inspired me to push even further. Even though things can get hard, I say, you know what? Every time when I, want to quit, I think of him. I think of other kids can potentially be him, starting from not knowing how to use the camera to him saying, "Oh, I just thought it was just pressing record," to now starting his own business and still standing and still, having other opportunities. For him, it's like the sky's the limit, and he's not even he haven't even touched the surface yet. And
Wow.
that's like my biggest moment, to see someone at age 11 start their own business where there people are actually hiring him. So I was like, hey, listen, there's money in this. It's not just money, but it's a living, it's a passion. If you're passionate about it and it's making you money, then hey, go for it.
Absolutely, absolutely. And you know what, Charity? I wish I can. I'm really trying to get these videos loaded, because I want actual testimonials where people can see it visually. That this has been an impact. Your organization has truly impacted so many young people, even family members that that have watched you and watched you from your start to where you are now. And you have nieces and nephews and cousins
Yes.
that want to follow you. That's
Yes.
really amazing. And I'm going to post a link. I'm going to definitely post a link, because I want you all to take a look at some of her testimonials and see if this is something that your youth or your children would like to be a part of. So listen, Charity, everything you said is good, but we always keep it real on this show. What challenges? Because
Ugh.
with good comes challenges. So
Yes.
let's talk about the challenges you faced starting this foundation, and how did you push through it when it got hard?
Wow. Like the main the main challenges was is having the resources, like having the equipment. So it's like here I am, I can remember when I first started out, I was like, oh, you must bring your own camera. And a lot of them are like, well, but we don't have a camera, or we can't afford a camera. And I was like, man, you can't use like what am I gonna do? So that kind of like, even though we still went forward, we had a good handful of kids bringing their own camera, but I realized that was like a kind of like a blockage. It's like now it's like if I do it again and there's going to be more students. So it was hard for me, especially starting out, trying to get sponsorships, trying to get someone to donate. So it was very challenging. And I was like, you know what? We kind of can't. I almost felt like we couldn't do it anymore. I almost felt defeated. And then, my team and I came up with it. Well, why don't we just use our smartphones? Why don't they use their smartphone? I said, you know what? Most of these kids got smartphones. And then we began to invest in iPads and smartphones. And I had more of an outcome with their smartphones than the actual camera. I said, you know what? You can still film. I can still teach them how to do their different shots and angles and learn how to edit. And I had to find different ways to say, okay, how do you edit on the phone? And then I found CapCut. Or so I just found different lesson plans for smartphones, and one of my nephews, he was a part of it. He made this amazing Gatorade commercial, and I think at that time people were like, okay, we're a believer, like we believe in your program now. To take something that's so simple that like my godmother, she preached a message. She was like, it's in the house. She was saying basically whatever you need is in the house, and
Just
and
in
I
the
felt
house.
like
Absolutely.
and I felt like it was in the house. Like they had their own smartphones. Most of the kids that you meet, they have their own smartphones. So we were able to come up with a program called Smartphone Production.
I love it. I love it. Listen, you're such a creative, and that's what it took. It took, okay, how can we go around this obstacle? And you all did just that. For those listening tonight, maybe parents, young people tuning in, how can they connect with Created in Love Studios Foundation? And what is the best way to get involved?
First, they can go to our website called www.cnlstudiosfoundation.org, or they can email us at info@cnlstudiosfoundation.org. If they want to volunteer, even volunteer doing media for us, that would be great. If they want to volunteer teaching a skill, if you have graphic design, if you someone who likes to do graphic designs or use Canva, that's something I'm learning that people are using for graphic design, or even music production. If you like to volunteer your time to teach, just email us at info@cnlstudios.org, or if you would like to sponsor. If you like to sponsor a child, if you would like to give a donation, we have our donation page up and running on our website, cnlstudiosfoundation.org. And last but not least, we are a part of one of the biggest, I think, fundraiser in South Florida called the Give Day Miami. So starting November, I think if November the 16th, we have a 5K run. You just go and register and look up our name, Creating Love Studios Foundation, and you'll be able to if you would like to be a part of the run, it's a early bird for $45. But if you're not able to make it, you still would like to donate, we take those as well.
Awesome, awesome. Now, you mentioned a team of people. So,
Yes.
can you introduce your team? I know they're not here tonight, but I
Yes.
know behind every great leader as yourself, there has to be a great team. So, just kind of tell us about your team and what their roles are in the foundation.
Okay, so I had to make sure I get it right. So we have our vice president. Her name is Alicia Daniels. She is the vice president, and she brings so much to this team. She kind of helped me whip me back into shape. Like, hey, what we doing? Like, we out of order. She has so much experience working for even like a management, like a construction. Even though she worked for the construction management, but she still have a experience as a leader or leadership, or like when it comes to contracts, she just makes sure we together. And then we have our very own secretary, Natasha Snowden. She just recently got married. Congratulations. And she just she's just been there for she's just been by my side, like since day one. And she's someone who do our paperwork, and she makes sure things are in order, make sure we up to date. And she just recently called me today. She was like, hey, we got to make sure this, that, and the third. So she has a very had passion. I believe she met me by saying that her son wanted to do film and production. So that's how she was able to connect with me. And then we have, last but not least, we have our very own Muhammad Beige. He's the treasurer, and also he works along with me for the business. He was our teacher. He teaches. He was the one who taught our first class. Hello,
Wait, hold on, Charity. Hold on. I think Muhammad is here.
Muhammad is inside.
Yes, I think so. Hold on.
Okay.
Muhammad, let's
Oh,
see.
can you hear me?
I got a
Yes.
brave soldier.
Okay, go ahead. Go finish giving us the bio on Muhammad.
Okay, so now we have Muhammad. He's actually been working with us since what, like for like 6 years, since the time he started. He's very good at photography, videography, very trustworthy. Like, I can, like, if I were to die, I would say, Muhammad, before I die, Muhammad, let Muhammad, let you just take over my business. So he's someone who he can teach. He's very humble. He's very reliable. So I just love his energy. I just love his humility, and he's just been there. Now he's been there since the business from day one.
So you know what? Let's let Muhammad say a little something. Muhammad, can you share with everybody your passion about film and production with Created in Love Studio Foundation?
Yeah, absolutely. Can you guys hear me first?
Yes, we can hear you. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah, I started back in, I want to say like 2015. That's when I bought my first camera. And I don't know, it's something about it. Like, we had a little old beat up camera in our house, and I would just play around with it. And something about it just really intrigued me. So in 2015, I decided, like, okay, this is the time I'm gonna buy my first camera. And then actually that's how I met Charity, is I was actually trying to buy a camera from her. And that's how we met. And I interned for a company for 2 weeks, and it's been great ever since. I've been with them for 6 years. And when Charity brought up the idea of starting this foundation, I was super excited because first I was like, okay, I want to be I really want to be involved in this project because I wish I had this as a kid growing up. Because I mean, nobody in my family is really into cameras, photography, or anything like that. So I kind of had to learn everything on my own. It would have been great if we had any after school programs like what Charity is doing. So that's why I was like, I believed in her because I was already working for her. So I've seen her work and how she just works with other people. And she also has experience in teaching. So I was like, you know what, this is the perfect opportunity. And uh, we had our first summer camp. I can't remember when. This
Yeah,
was
2021.
probably 2021. Yeah. So
Yeah.
it's been a while. And I was the teacher. I was super excited. And actually, it was my first time teaching, especially little kids. And it couldn't have turned out better. It was
Yeah.
honestly
Wow.
perfect.
And because of him, the student learned how, like we mentioned Noah, he mentioned it in his testimony. How, like, he was like, "Oh, the teacher taught me how to do manual settings, ISO." I was like, I'm intimidated. Muhammad, I need you to go out and do it. And when I talk about, he did great. I've learned a lot from him. I'm like, well, I'm learning a lot from him. So I was actually learning how to teach, my camera myself. So that's how I learned too.
Beautiful, beautiful. Charity, give them the information again for those that may be just joining and didn't get it the first time. I'm gonna also put all of this information in the bio so you all can click on and either follow or register to be a part of Created in Love Studios Foundation, because this is definitely a trustworthy foundation. Their passion is over the top about teaching film and production and for videography, photography, anything media, pretty much.
Yes.
They do it. And this is something that you need to get your children involved in. What is the age group that you take, Charity? Starting at what age?
We ranging between 8 and 17. I'll say between 8 and 17 years old. We take, of course, we split them up into groups, and they have
Okay.
different, different seasons. So that's the age group we take.
So if you have children in the ages between 8 and 17, they can be a part of Created in Love Studio Foundation. If you have a child or you know of any child or children that are interested in film, photography, videography, or music production, graphic design, this is definitely the foundation to get involved in, to tap into. They're Christian based. They love the Lord. Charity is a preacher, y'all. Say
I'm
that.
right.
She is a preacher. She is a singer. She just does so much. She's a well-rounded, talented young lady that is spearheading this awesome, amazing foundation. So we want you all to connect. Please connect. Created in Love Studios Foundation. Give them that information again, Charity.
Our website is www.cnlstudiosfoundation.org.
Awesome, awesome. And listen, everybody, I know that I kept you all longer than I wanted to, but we wanted to extend this information to you, because with conversations with them too, we love spotlighting these young people or people in our community that are doing great things. And Charity is definitely that one person that is definitely making an impact, that are inspiring these young people and putting them on the right track, not only teaching them skill, but definitely teaching them biblical principles, um, life, and being a leader, as well as managing the business side of everything. So Charity, thank you so much. Muhammad, we thank you for the impact that you have made uh, teaching and sharing your knowledge with so many other young people. And just from the experience of not knowing how and you learning, you're pouring into others. You're not being a gatekeeper and saying, I learned this and I'm going to take it all with me. But I believe that we should die empty. Everything that we have learned, poured into the next generation so they can continue to carry that torch and be an impact for so many. So is there anything else, Charity? I know you mentioned the 5K. I want you to mention that 5K again, and anything else that you want our listening audience to know.
Well, the 5K, once again, you can go to, there's a link, I believe I had sent you the link. You can
Yes.
register for November 16th. Right now, the early bird is for $45. You go to create register, and then you put in our name, Creating Love Studios Foundation, because sometimes it'll kind of trick you to donate to other people. But so we want to make sure you choose Creating Love Studios Foundation. Like I mentioned, if you cannot make it, just send your 40, just register your $45. It'll be a great blessing to the program. You're not just giving for their skill, but you're building a future for our youth.
Awesome, awesome. Mohammed, you have any last words that you would like to also leave our listening audience in reference to Creating in Love Studios Foundation?
Yeah, I just want to say thanks for this opportunity. And this is just the beginning. Hopefully,
Absolutely.
we'll have many more programs in the future. and we're really looking forward to this 5K this event. And yeah, thanks again for this opportunity.
Awesome. You're welcome. You're welcome. So, Charity, you have truly blessed us tonight. You, along with Muhammad, with your passion, your wisdom, your laughter. Thank you for what you do and what you're doing for the next generation of creatives. Yes, indeed, family. We want to make sure that you get involved and you check out Creative in Love Studios Foundation. This is how we keep our young people dreaming bigger, creating boldly, being courageous, leading with confidence. All right. So this organization is going to push them. It's going to train them. It's going to prepare them for what is yet to come. And I'm telling you, digital marketing, promotion, filming, photography, video, it's where it is. It's where it's at. And it's growing faster than we know. So we want you all to definitely tap in. This is the end of our show. Oh my gosh, this was great. Thank you, Charity. Thank you, Muhammad. Thank you to all of the listeners that are tuned in. Listen, if you have any questions, any concerns, please feel free to inbox us. And listen, don't forget to get our book. Yes. Shenanigan Crew, MJ Smith and Lady Des. We are now newly authors. Our new book was released July 26th. You Are the Stage. We want you to get that. If you want an autograph copy, just email me at convo with them two. That's CONVO with them two, the number 2 at gmail.com. And we will make sure that we get an autograph copy to you, or you can just easily order from Amazon.com. So just go to Amazon.com. It is available right now, and type in You Are the Stage to order a copy of your book, or our book that we're so excited about. So I think that's it. Thank you all so much for tuning in to Conversations with Them Too. Listen, I'm going to put the link in the bio of this video. So if you go back and watch the replay, you have any questions, the information will be tagged in the bio of this video, and contact Charity Harden of Creating in Love Studios Foundation. All right, everybody, have a blessed night. Thank you for tuning in to Conversations with Them Too. MJ, I missed you, bro. So call me, let me know how things turned out. All right, love you guys.
All right, see ya.
Let's go.
Conversations with the voice of the people, the crew for you.
Culture, creativity, knowledge, hope, opportunity, bring alive our minds. We shine, we break on through. Conversations with them too. Culture, creativity, knowledge, hope, opportunity. Your voice matters, your gift shine through. Conversations with them too.
Yeah. You are the stage. Shine.
Culture, creativity, knowledge, hope, opportunity. Your voice matters, your gift shine through. Conversation with them.
Where you shine, where you rise.